the police, and the entire security apparatus. They did very well during our time because they take instruction. When you get to the protester, make sure that help them if they thirsty or they're hungry, give them food. Then we were prepared for that. So I hope the government prepared to feed them and give them food and then listen to them. Whether I believe that you know that we're trying to recalibrate, and we've been in the struggle for we're going through almost 20 years now, and more than 20 years we can say, and all we did in Liberia, all we wanted is for our people to be happy and to develop our country. So the Liberia is what we have, and go out there and speak to. It's the government responsibility to listen to you. Like I said, we did. I don't need to coach anybody because the president of the Republic of Liberia, Waka, is a very clever man, and he knows exactly how to run a country. So I don't need to advise him. He know what to do. So I hope that he do that in a very way that he will succeed. Thank you. And all the best. Good luck. God bless everyone. Republic of Liberia, I always talk about being peaceful, and for us to be in harmony is important. But protesting, we will give the protester the opportunity to protest, to let the government know why are they protesting. So I think they have an opportunity to protest, to hear from the government. We never stop protest. We encourage it and even allow the protester to voice out their view. I think it's important. We in a country that believe in democracy and believe in the rule of law and believe in people's rights. So we went through that throughout the 6 years. We never stopped people from protesting, and I'm sure the government is prepared to handle the protest, without violence. Whether my advice to government, the government saw what we did when protesters came out. So I mean, it was our regiment. So then we also have to make sure that the protesters come out and go back home safe, and allow them to protest, to let them know why are they protesting. It's my country, and I just want to see Liberia prosper. So I always advise people not to be violent. But again, in a democratic society, we have the responsibility to make sure that our people voice out without hindrance, without any casualties. So if they want to protest, I think the government have a responsibility to make sure that they protest peacefully and then go back to their homes, and at least they will speak to government. Government will hear them. When I came to the leadership, the first day I worked, LU, the UL they protested, and I didn't know what they were protesting for. I had to call them to my office for them to explain to me why they were protesting. They told me that they protested because they wanted to register, and the registration was giving them a hard time, so they needed a digital registration. So I was informed, and I did that. I did that right away. So it's the only way that the government can hear them. Then they got to get out there to tell the government why they are protesting, so government will hear them and do the things they wanted to do. So I don't think anyone should die for voicing out their opinion or letting government know that we want this. So they should protect them, and even if they have a way that they can like we did, they can do it. But again, the government have a responsibility to allow people to protest. It's protesting is part of the democratic attendance. So we all will be watching, to see what are they protesting for, and then government will take the thing about it, and then do what they want government to do. Well, I hope so. I must commend the police, and the entire security apparatus. They did very well during our time because they take instruction. When you get to the protester, make sure that help them if they thirsty or they're hungry, give them food. Then we were prepared for that. So I hope the government prepared to feed them and give them food and then listen to them. Whether I believe that you know that we're trying to recalibrate, and we've been in the struggle for we're going through almost 20 years now, and more than 20 years we can say, and all we did in Liberia, all we wanted is for our people to be happy and to develop our country. So the Liberia is what we have, and, go out there and speak to. It's the government responsibility to listen to you. Like I said, we did. I don't need to coach anybody because the president of the Republic of Liberia, Waka, is a very clever man, and he knows exactly how to run a country. So I don't need to advise him. He know what to do. So I hope that he do that in a very way that he will succeed. Thank you. All the best. Good luck. God bless everyone. Liberia, like I said, is one of the best countries in the world, whether you believe it or not. You understand? Yeah, it's a small country. It's one of the best countries. We are very good people. And then I think what we should strive for is for our country to survive. And that's why we promote peace in our country. For so many years we've been promoting peace. And people that brought war still continue to have the face at the end of discrimination. This is wrong, and we will not sit as citizens of this country. I was in opposition before. I faced this thing before, and then of course I'm in opposition. We'll put check to that.
Wow. And these things happen in the wake of these turbulent times. The economic hardship is very high, and there were people that you may have placed on payroll and so forth here and there, but these are Liberians. In the wake of all of these hardships, they have been taking off jobs, and some of them could be angered by that and take matters into their own hands. And you are a man of peace, and if they did support you and they are suffering because they are associated with you, people have been taking up tenure positions. Whoever associated with you, either directly or indirectly, they have been taking up jobs. These things could anger people and they could take matters in their own hands. What say you to this? Yeah.
Maybe the international community that were reminding us to make sure that we don't break the rules and regulations. They are still there. And we have to respect the laws of the Republic. That's what we did. When I was in power, when they tell me that no, this is a tenure position, you cannot move the person until their tenure expire. So be it. That's the law. We can't break the law. So I hope that the government will take heed. It's important to respect the law of the Republic. We're not a democratic period. So we need to respect the law. All we look for is to respect the law, and that's what we did.
Looking at the common people are losing their jobs at various places as well. Not just only tenure position holders. They are the ones that feeling the pinch the most. They got nothing.
Maybe when you are angry and you let the wrong people thinking that they are the savior is wrong. You understand? We were in opposition before. If you employ poor people that have the minimum, and somebody come to power and believe that because they associate with other people, they have to be taking on job. This is This is very bad. That's not good. No leader can do that, you know. And what, $50 job, $100 job? You mean the government that come to power, that came to rescue, cannot even give a $50, $100 job, lead a citizen on that job? This is wrong. It's wrong. It be everything that they're doing wrong, and we know that. You know, but again, the peace of Liberia is the most important. It's the most important, and that's why we in accordance with the law. You know, this is wrong. People supported the Unity Party. I came to power. I left them there. These are citizens of the country. But you can employ a Senegalese man, and you refuse to employ a Liberian. Is that what it is? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. Everything that they're doing is wrong. Maybe the disrespect is wrong. Breaking our laws is wrong. And the old men know that. Bwaga know that. Bwaga know that. When we were there, the Bwaga, we used to go to him and even feed Bwaga because of his title. You know what I'm saying? Make him comfortable because of a title. But you see what he's doing? You get a lot of gangsters around here and thinking that Liberia is afraid of gangsters. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Wow. But you should be concerned as well. Why it is true that you're in opposition, you should be concerned. You also have a responsibility to maintain the peace of the country. Though the burden has shifted on the government to maintain the peace.
I've always kept the peace of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
During Ellen time, I've kept the peace. During President Dota, I kept the peace. Amos Sawyer time, I kept the peace. Charles Taylor time, I kept the peace. I have never broken anything in this country. I work for peace in our country, and I'm on record. Even the United Nations know that I work for peace. So I'm not trying to break the peace. What I'm telling you that those people that say they came to rescue us, they are breaking the laws of the Republic, and it is wrong. If you can't see it, AB, it is wrong. It is wrong. Because in the government that I serve, tenure position was respected. Today, you can say that you're taking the person off because he associated with somebody. No, but you see, we are different. The respect I have for Ellen Johnson, I kept that respect. And the respect I kept for her, to respect the laws of the Republic. I even worked with Ellen Johnson as a peace ambassador. You understand? So I don't have a issue of keeping the peace of the country. Of course, we are peaceful, but we will not allow people to break our laws and then intimidate people, and we just sit. That would never happen. You know, we in opposition. Ellen Johnson, Madam Ellen Johnson said, let me give her the respect because that's somebody that I respect so much. She did some things that we disagree, and we went to her and spoke to her. By the rule of law, you know, we have the right to protest, and we protest. We went to Ellen, and she understood that. She came on the table and we talked. You understand? They respecting leaders that are traveling, and you refuse for them to use the laws that they built, and Liberians sit out there and say, yeah, it's right. No, it's not right. If the Bwaka man, he was not even president, and we gave him a VIP all the time he's traveling, what he's doing is wrong, and you need to wake up. Those things are wrong. Those things are wrong. Everyone said that. You want that change? Bwaga was not a change. Bwaga was never the change. Those few people that believe that all the years, almost 171 years, they left this country, they wanted to come back because of where they were, there was no greener pasture. They think that they can get in Liberia and lie, say they came for a change. There's never came for a change. Why they changing? To break the laws is why they changing? No. There will be a period and we will check. But again, like I said to all Tunisians, and that's what you saw today, in the ring, Go to have your program and be peaceful. Enjoy yourselves. Be together, recalibrate. You know what I'm saying? Re-give the people confidence. And Liberians are there. You got some sound Liberians that believe that we were the right group. Yes, I'm not saying that everything was roses. No, but we fought for this country in the midst of pandemic. Liberia shine amongst a great nation. So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So the disrespect to our citizens is wrong. It's wrong. You know, it's wrong. Respect the law. And I did not bring 10 jobs. We met it. The Unity Party left it with us. And we respected it. So what's going on? Is it that Waka angry because during early time there were 10 jobs and he want to break it because you are not happy? Is that why he's saying to us? Because the 10 job, I didn't do it. I made it there and I respected the laws of the republic. And also, thank you for this time, for giving the opportunity. But there will be a time I hope that our people realize that we made a mistake. We made a mistake. We're in a new era and they send us back to the old era. We need to correct that.
No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home.
The holiday season promotions and sales offers continues at Home City Liberia. Everything, and we mean everything, is on massive sale. Great offers, bundles, promos, and enormous discount. When you know, yeah. And when you not know, flat. Special deals on 4K LED TVs, refrigerators, freezers, air conditioners, smartphones, laptops, photo printers, DSLR cameras with flash and lens kits, all-in-one copiers, home decor, and home furniture, kitchen appliances to cook your healthy meals, music systems, and more. Visit us today between 6th and 7th Street, Tottenham Boulevard, Cinco, opposite Nancy B. Doe Market. It's Home Center Liberia, the perfect shopping experience. Call us on 0886 699999 or visit our Facebook and Instagram, Home City Liberia. Yeah!
It's great joining us tonight right here on this very day. And we are grateful to the Almighty God again that we are right here together to do what we always would do for our country. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. And with God above all, we will certainly over all prevail. So let us move together for the sake of our country. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. And with God, all things are possible. So we're going to work together for the good of our country. And we are here together. And no matter what it is. So let me say hands up to all of you. It's good to be back in Liberia, our own native Liberia. And here we are doing what we think we can do. Thanks to all of you for your prayers and support. And first of all, let me say thanks to the former president of the Republic of Liberia, and who obviously, and I'm talking about His Excellency Ambassador George Manawia, the president and CEO of the Royal Multipurpose Investment Group, and which has Kings and Kla as being part of its media arm, and it's very important for all of us to just acknowledge when good things happen. You should be able to acknowledge it, and from those the good things come, they need to be acknowledged. So we are very grateful tonight, and he did quite a fantastic hosting. And it is somebody whom living just close to him, you live life. It's not getting all you can, but you feel that all your worries are away. You never get around him. Even you could be the most depressed person. Getting around him, your worries will go away. And it's quite fantastic. So I want to say thanks to him, and he and his darling wife. and the rest of the other team members who are very good support staff to him. And how's up to you, Kim Bushu? I hope you're doing so great. You and your team. Yankee has everything. And very great support staff he has. And it's good. My own man, Civicus Basigia. And he's a great guy. He was my cameraman, especially when the former president told him, he said, take the camera. He said, take the iPad from this man and film the man walking to these kind of places. I want for you to show him. Then he see himself walking to places. We had gone somewhere. And he told me, he said, film the man. Let the man be walking. You can't see me walking like big boy. You know, and I want to say thanks to him so much. You know, no sacrifice goes in vain. And let me take this night to just say that tonight. You may work with people and do whatever we then do it to the best of your abilities. It doesn't matter what it is. God will still reward you. It may not be through the very people whom you sacrifice with the most. It may not be through them. Maybe they may not have the capacity to reward you. So it doesn't stop you from doing your best all of the time. So when I saw myself, just the brief moment, just with the former president, I said, no sacrifice goes in vain. And just brief moment we've spent. And look at what he's done. You know, it's just life. And he says, just free yourself. Don't stress yourself up and see life. And I now get to now think about people who are being close to this man. And you see them at distance today. I see what life can leave them when they leave his presence. I can see it. Life can leave them when they leave his presence. Because just even from wherever you are at distance, once you are somewhat connected to him, there is certain life. They get something they call, they call telephy, Telephy. It's telepathic now. And is that attachment. You know, sometimes have you ever sat down somewhere before and then you just feel happy? Nothing happened, but you just start feeling happy. It is because someone somewhere is having that feeling about you. And that feeling they having about you is that thing that were there to explain it or no way will make you happy. Sorry, I went to settle up something. You know, and Gerama, what's up? That's everything. I hope you're doing so great. There is that feeling that you just have. It is because someone somewhere is thinking about something about you. You're not close to the person, but that thing that they're thinking about you is positive feeling that they have towards you. So now you just wake up, you just see yourself, you're happy. Then sometimes again, it also happens that you will see yourself just getting sad. You don't know why, but you just sad. There is something negative somewhere that somebody is harboring, or in other ways you may either you may not have procured. Let me be what called procure here. You may not have been the cause of it, but someone just thinking about something negative or certain thing just try to greet you that is bad, that will bring that bad feeling to you. You just said anyway, you just feel sad. That feeling, that's what we call the telepathic emotions. It connects. So like what I said, in real life, whether you live from distance or whatever, once you are having good intentions towards where and you feel connected to him, you feel life. That's why you see our man in their struggles, they still feel life. Our brothers then in their struggles, they still feel life because their intentions towards him. God looks at man's heart and he connects, even no matter where you are. So now you see most people, that's what it is. And that is good. But it's God. That is God. A lot of things happened. And he's just the kind of person. Let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. Two things I didn't know several other things, but two of the key things I didn't know about Weir that I just got to know. And you don't get too close to people, you will just say things about them. Remember, two things. One is what I said last night, that I thought the hair button, the famous hair button that they said Weir did, I thought he did it on the football field. And I thought that happened because of racist chants at him. That's what I thought. Right? But he had to explain by himself that it didn't happen on the football field. Yeah. And it happened even after the game. I was just going down because the man whole store, they get a boost. They see the boost store, and it was very terrible. Ronnie Jar, just for saying that you love the teacher suit, you will buy 5 of the suits. If you don't do it, my brother, you just hit your head in a class. Ronnie Jar, you will continue to fade me, just for the thing that you taught just now. So, I'm not telling what's up. Welcome back to Liberia. Just for saying that you let the teacher suit. You see that one, you don't have to praise this teacher. He doesn't like praises. So you will pay for it. You will continue to fail. Plenty failing, which is not good. Yeah. So you see that? Two things. Ronnie Jar, Matela, please try to get to Ronnie Jar, contact him. He have 5 of these suits to buy. Because you praise the teacher. Teacher don't have praise. That's why you don't know. Talk things. You won't cause noise in the class, but just for that, my brother, if you don't do it, you will fail. Me, and I can't lie to you. Just for praising me, you will fail. So don't have your head in the class for nothing. If you think you will ever pass in the class, just leave it, chief. You will continue to fail just for doing that thing that you did. So let me say, Stuart Breeze, what's up? How's everything? Great guy. Yeah, these are the great men. And I'm talking about support star, right? There's none of them, because that kind of feel good effect, even if they want to tie their face, then my man's there. They say you will not tie your face because something there. Downward must have happened. Most powerful man. Yes, I'll stay with him. So that, yeah, so that is good. Yeah, if I want to feel the way he loaded, it's hard for people to smile. He get one smile, but again, you not one smile. Even when he smiles, he vex. That's the whole problem with him. These are the guys who are very great, fantastic guys. So you see that? So we are very happy about that. So let me just say the second thing that I didn't know. I didn't know it. I did not know. And when I listened to him, yeah, he got his stories to tell. One day, we'll organize a thing. Not politics, we'll just look at the Weir life. Because if you just listen to Weir life, you just listen to him. Just naturally, I will pray with him, beg him that we'll just sit down one day. Even he won't care, no problem. We'll go to anywhere we just sit down. Then you explain about his, it will help you. It will make you to feel motivated in your own strives. I don't say because of him. I will not say you will love him more. It will make you to feel motivated in your own life. Why you don't have to give up. So the first one is that we thought he did a hair button on the field, and that's a lie. It was after the game and all. The next thing I've got to understand is that do you people know, or maybe some of you know, do you people know that in Mali, when Liberia went for the 2002 African Nations Cup, when Liberia qualified, that was the second and only qualification. 1996 in South Africa and 2002 in Mali. Do you people know? And I didn't know. So maybe I'm asking you too. Maybe I didn't know, but you know it, right? Do you people know, or did you people know? Let me put it that way. Did you people know? Meaning, okay, for the people who just started following and didn't have any idea to understand about what happened that time, do you people know? Because I'm just about to tell you. Then the people who knew about that game and participated in that game and saw everything, they're the one did you people know going to, right? People who were there, they understood, they were there, they saw the game and whatever it is. So I'm asking them this question: did you people know what I'm about to ask? Then for those people who just started following issue about football or just heard about the Nations Cup here and there, that you're now asking, about whether you know it now. Do you people know, right? Amen. That's what it is. Do you people know, or did you people know? Stay tuned anyway. Okay, whichever way it goes, take your own. That when Liberia was at the Nations Cup in Mali, do you people know that former President Charles Gange Taylor told Edwin Melvin Snow, the president of the Liberia Football Association at the time, to go and tell George Weah to leave the national team? Do you people know that? I didn't know. Maybe you knew it. Yeah, George Weah did leave the national team. He had to bid farewell to the national team. I didn't know. Maybe you knew it. I didn't know it. Charles Taylor asked him to leave the national team. And according to the story, Weah said Snow didn't want to come and bring the message. And Taylor had to use one of his officials who had to go on the team camp and call Weah on the side. And told him, say, Chief, I just came to tell you what the president said. Could you imagine? I just came to tell you what the chief said. He said, what did the chief say? He said, the chief said you should be able to leave the national team. Yeah. Look, anybody who's attached to Weah, you get life. When you take Weah away, you are taking away life. That's why you see Liberia is dead today. George Weah came presiding over the nation as well. He comes with his own wealth of blessings that hovers over the nation to the extent that even things that's supposed to be most difficult for us, they are able to be. The moment we exclude him, we take him off. That's why our nation is experiencing what we are experiencing today. So he said, and guess what? In that team, I will not call the person's name because whatever, but he said something. There's a guy who was with him. He was narrating anything about, players who play along during that time. They were there. So there was a guy who played along with Weah during that time. He said, yes, it's true. And the guy was the one who narrated to me and said, look, to the extent that when that news was given, when they told the players on the national team that Weah should leave, you see where envy and jealousy can come from? You see, that's when you know people are. Then Okocha left the Nigerian camp and went to the team camp and heard that George Weah was leaving. So they had called a meeting of the players, and George Weah called them together to talk to them. But apparently Okocha had gone to see George Weah. So George Weah had called them together and then decided to tell then that, gentlemen, I'm about to leave the team camp. The president of the Republic of Liberia has asked me to leave the team. So I'm about to leave the team. So Okocha had gone there. Okocha is sitting there, according to the guy who explained the story. He said Okocha is sitting there, and then this player, one of the players of the national team, I will not call his name because the thing I'm about to say about that thing, this guy wakes up and begin to tell George Weah, thank you. Then Okocha marches to him and said, you are telling this man, thank you? Instead of you people saying you will protest, that if this man should leave the team, your team will be broken down, you're there saying thank you. Again, say, people come here, and after all the effort we are exerting together, Israel boy we are seeing is our best guy, who is our brain, who is everything, our source of money. God is using him to get our team on track. Then the boss comes up and say Israel should go, instead of us going out to intervene with the boss, intervene on this behalf to the boss and say, chief, there kind of time when you take this man from here, it will demoralize us as a team. Then I just jump up. I will maybe might be deputy to Israel, because there's where Israel will know that they didn't even let him be on the team. Then I just walk up to Israel, boy, we are seeing. I say, Israel, thank you for being with us. You really did well. Thank you. Could you imagine that? Okocha was angry. He said, you are telling this man thank you? They're telling the man to leave the team at this kind of crucial point in time. That the time you're telling the man thank you, instead of you saying that if you take this man from here, all of us will abandon the camp. You didn't say that. At what point do we give each other the support? They took the man off. That's why you see all of them. In fact, I'm not saying most of them. All of them, since George Weah left and they started those their thing that they started doing, none of them were successful in their footballing careers. Yeah. I said it. So I went to the bench. So when I see him saying, "Oh man, lead that team, man. That man just talking." I didn't even know it because the guy myself just sitting down here, and then he just saying his thing. He said, "No man, that man just talking his own." He said, "Go ask." He will not say it because one thing about him, he never talks bad about his friends. You like it, you want 10 around, you go 10 George Weah around. What he will never talk bad. They can do all the things that they want to do to him. He will never ever talk bad about his friends. So when I say leave that thing, that man, what do you call it, just talking your own thing on that side. But that is what we are went through. I didn't know it. I just got to know a lot of things, and these things they speak volume to what it is. So you see some of the issues, yeah. So sometimes when these things are happening, you get to know why the country is like this. Because people who have been grateful to the country, who have been supportive of the country, people always want to go against them. Envy and jealousy is not good. All of us can have that feeling, but try to kill it. It's not good. It doesn't help you at all. It makes you to feel depressed. One thing, why it makes you to feel depressed and, of course, very much uncomfortable throughout your life? Because the person whom you are envying, God is always blessing them. So for every time they are blessed, you get vexed. You see that why you don't have to do it, because you don't control what's happening to them. So not your anger can take away what God is doing for them. So as a result, you just make yourself to feel bad throughout, because even if the person leaves your presence and they go different place, they are still progressing. The man left the national team. The man went. He did his stuff. It didn't kill his football dream, no. He would have came back to his country to come and play. Yeah. So he would have came back. So when the country decided to reject him, did they were rejecting? No. He was still performing the best on his team. Could you imagine Okocha of all people? You see the Nigerian people, why they progress all of the time? You see the foreign guys, why they progress, they appreciate people. That's why you see they are at the hedging of football. Most of us, we don't reach there. You get to ask yourself questions, saying we are left. Where are those footballers then we can see? They don't even go too far. The only way you can see some of them go too far, either they got to change nationality and play for different country. Now when you will see a Liberian born person go too far. But for us to remain Liberian and then go, it's bad. I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe it's that spirit of ungratefulness that follow us on a daily basis. It's bad. Never envy your friend. It doesn't matter what it is. Always giving all of the support. Your time will come. God will watch that support that you are giving. Your time will come. And he will tell you, say, yeah, this is it. Never force your way through. Envy is terrible. It can make you to feel bad. And the person you envy, the bad thing about it, they ain't even concerned about you. They are more focused on what they're doing than making God to bless them. So that you just feeling bad whole day. Because blessing runs with people and not in the land. Blessing, it runs with people and not in the land. Take American people, put them here in Liberia. Tell Liberia men, put them in America. You will see how America will look like, and you will see how Liberia will look like. The Liberian people are here. Their mentality, you see, the thing about blessing, about attitudes and whatever it is, these are things, right? These people, God just bless them into how they conduct themselves, because there are people welcoming, giving, and sharing here and there. No people that will send materials to this country through churches. The churches will take it and steal it and carry it and go sell it. So you tell Liberians from here, take us from here and put us in America. Then tell us, see American people and put them here. Then ask yourself the question: the environment, what it is. But you don't even need to go into the environment. Go into Liberian environments where Americans live. See how the grass there can be looking, and go into Liberian environment where Liberian lives. See how the tree there. You don't have to go anywhere far. Just go into areas that are controlled by these people in Liberia. See how the grass then look like, the flowers. How the flower then look like. Then look at the Liberian people who know place that in their own country. And at the sea soil, these people living in. But that area is just for them. They know how to do maintenance. They know about care. They know about SYZ. Their horses always looking neat. You enter in their horse, always new. And so forth. Yeah, the easy to kind of thing there. That's how life looks like. What will be saying some of these things? You can be sitting there, you'll be talking all kinds of things. I say, even go America, no. I said, live in where? Go. Where? In the Liberia, where the American people choose that they're going to play the living here. See how they're playing in Lule. Then they play with the Liberian people who say that they play with you for all to live. See how? So you see, the whole thing is about your thinking, your thought process. It runs with the present. You talk about Josh where you point here because his mentality is about development. How do you develop the community? How do you do this? That's why you saw Liberia growing. That's why you saw Parks. You saw these things happening to the extent that the imam who came recently, the chief, and a guy who came recently, he said the same thing. Oh, whatever. But you see, those are some of the things. But we just thought to tell all of these things so that you get to know it. It's very important. Tonight, we have the cash giveaway that's ongoing. Star 7 and star 24 hash. 3,000 is what that's going on. Today is what, Tuesday? Yeah. So tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. So it's 24 hash. Yeah. So today is Tuesday. Yeah. So it's star 7 and star 24 hash. So you all got it. I know my boys have been playing throughout the day, and I've been announcing to you what to play with. It's star 7 and star 24 hash. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, sorry, I didn't announce this sooner. Star 7 and star 24 hash. Get it 3,000. When you win at 3,000, don't be able to use it. Keep it. Tomorrow now, you know LD business high. Don't just go be spending it out there. You look for plenty of money to add up to that. And you know how the money business high now this time? So when you get that one, you manage it. You keep it. You say, I'm going to make sure I get 50,000. I get 100,000. I get 10,000 on tomorrow and Thursdays. You can also use some on Friday to get 20,000. It cover off for the loss that you have sustained over the periods. So that's what it is. So when you come on the days, for people then who are rare winner, whatever, you come fishing on this day, you get the pay, you keep it for the tomorrow. Because tomorrow the codes are star 7 and star 100 hash. Tomorrow and day after. That's what it is. So 3,000 tonight for our winners. 3,000 tonight for our winners. So you can get that done. Make sure you get a 3,000 tonight for our winners. Star 7 and star 24 hash. That's what it is. So a lot of things are happening in the country. Tonight, I did talk to my prof and His Honor Justice and former Associate Justice and Mohammed and Kabina Jan. And I remember he's the lead counsel for the Liberian-born Guinean and named as Khalifa Sharif, who was charged by the government of the Republic of Liberia for missionarism. And I think his whereabouts is something that triggered the former Associate Justice to release a statement over the weekend. And currently, as we speak, it is apparently known that he must have been deported. I don't say extradited. Yeah. Because when you say extradite, there have to be proceedings that go through. He must have been sent back. So I don't know what terminology he will apply to that. But the government of the Republic of Liberia, we are still searching with them. So they were able to share with us images that demonstrate that this man is a Guinean. So the passports, we try to get copies of the passports of this guy. And it's demonstrated that indeed he's from the passports and travel documents that we have before us, which will be displaying along when the former Associate Justice and I should be caught in So I just hear a few things I just want to understand from there. Then we get to our real topic, to the legislature, and we end it up there. But I just wanted for us to touch on this, to just hear from him on it as to why it is. Because what I gained my attention is it is his release. He threatened mass protest and for the release of this man, because against law and order, against Joseph Walker's administration or the government's disregard for law and order. So he threatened and rallying citizens to protest against the government for disrespecting the existence of law and order in the country. So we will be trying our best to connect with him, where he will be able to tell us and what is it. So we have seen it, and we'll certainly try to share some of them, which are very much important, so that you will see the passports, so that you can see the passports. Well, the passports documents carry Guinea nationality. So I want to understand from him why it is as it is. So we will be getting to him. I will call him up, and so that he can just give me a gist of what it is, which is very much important. And I think for sure we are certainly and and well, so some people are asking questions about what happened, and I think for sure, some people are what are going about it as to what happened. But we are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Okay. All right, so let me see. Let me send this thing here to. So that's what it is. But anyway, we are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. So we are certainly getting there, and we just want to get the finalization. I will be able to share with many of you what it is, and that we can look at and then see. Yeah. So that's it. And let me try to contact the boss and hear him out. Oya wanted me to name the player that was standing there instead of them saying what they call. And wow. So Alexander, what's up? Yeah, he said, yeah, okay. I just got to know that one too today. The man not the fitness club. Yeah, the master trainer. He's the master trainer for the fitness club, and that was good when he was senator. Okay, and president-elect. Anyway, that's good. That's very good. We think for sure we are certainly getting there. Thank you so much for giving here then. So we'll get to the legislature and tell you what's unfolding there. But let us be able to hear out and the honor, and I just want a couple of things to just be laid out clear as it relates to what it is. Then we can continue with our discussions here. So let me just get in touch with the lead counsel for let me see here, Mr. Khalifa Sharif, but of course we can call him Sheriff in Liberia, but Khalifa Sharif, and I come according to his honor, former Associate Justice Kabina Jan, that he was born unto two Liberian Mandingo parents, and his grandfather was an Imam Ahaji, Mita Sekou Sharif of blessed memory, and was one of the most respected imams of the 50s and 60s on Benson Street, the Masjid Mosque. All right, and as a nationality, respected religious figure, Imam Ahaji Sekou Sharif funeral was attended here in Monrovia by President William V.S. Todman, and to honor the imams and contribution to the nation. And he also went on to say that Caliph Sharif spent most of his early childhood in the Republic of Guinea, due largely to the Liberian civil conflict that does not make him a Guinean national. So that's been falsely circulated by the Liberian government. This is a clear statement from his counsel. So let me just speak with the prof on it, and so that we can understand his perspective as to what it is and where are we as we speak at the moment. And Janan and Your Honor, how's everything with you, boss?
Yes, sir.
Great to have you on here tonight on the program Face the Issues.
Thank you very much for having me.
Great to have you. Thank you. First of all, over the weekend, you did release a statement in your capacity and as a lead counsel representing the man who was accused or charged by the government of Liberia for missionarism against the Guinean government, and he had a close tie with former Guinean president and Conan, and for which they had to arrest him, detain him. And you released a statement in relation to that. It was too scary, and equating it to kidnapping, disregard for law and order, and so forth. For care to ask you here tonight, Prof. And where is Caliph Sharif, or quote unquote Sharif? Where is he currently, your client?
He's, as far as we are concerned, in the custody of the Inspector General of Police, along with the Solicitor General, who unfortunately, since they kidnapped him from the prison, Monrovia Central Prison, on March 3rd, Sunday morning, between 3 and 4 a.m., we have not been able to know his whereabouts. What we are hearing from some reliable sources is that he has been killed.
From reliable sources, they say he has been killed by whom?
Yeah, that's what we are hearing.
By whom? Killed by whom? You care to know the details and who killed who? Who killed him?
Well, since they removed him from Monrovia Central Prison, he has been in the custody of the Inspector General of Police and the Solicitor General, both of the Ministry of Justice. And we are told, and that's why they cannot, with all the orders issued by the court, which committed Mr. Sherry to prison, all efforts at getting the police to bring him bodily so that we can speak with him as his counsel, Councilor Serena Seaforth and myself, have proven futile. And this is the information we are getting, that he was taken across and handed down to the military junta of Guinea, a government there that is notorious for killing opponents, and he was killed.
Wow. All right.
All Liberia, as far as you are concerned, have blood on its hands.
If that is true. Anyway, let's start out with this whole thing. How did you get in touch with this client? How did you encounter this case? How did you encounter him as your client? How did it all start?
Well, we have his family people here, who contacted me when his house, Mr. Sherry's house, was raided and his belongings taken away during the raid. A raid that was carried out without any warrant, of course, the usual thing. And they took away his money, 2 vehicles, and other personal items. Since that time to now, I went to the prison myself after I became one of his lawyers, and I spoke with him at the Monrovia Central Prison. I went there twice to see him.
What did he tell you? How did he get involved? Because he was charged, for which he was taken there. I don't know, but you said there was no search warrant or so forth, but there was a charge sheet. Did you see that when you went at the Central Prison?
I did see the charge sheet, which was the magisterial rate, basically, where they say that he was arrested with some messages from the former Guinean President Alpha Conde.
Okay.
And that he had been in touch with Alpha Conde, the former president, with the view of recruiting people from Liberia for the purpose of destabilizing the military government of Dumbuya in Conakry.
Did they say in the charge sheet whether they were able to discover some arms, ammunition, or so forth with him?
They did mention weapons. During the time we were trying to have conversation with official Ministry of Justice, we asked them if it were going to be possible under the law for them to bring some of those items they claim they found him with during the raid. They talk about some AK-47, some grenade, and so on and so forth, RPG. But with all the demands we made and the orders issued by the court to bring any of those items, we didn't succeed in seeing anything or anything being brought to the court for all of us to see over the last 6 weeks we were involved with this matter. Not a single item. The money they took from him, which is estimated around, I think, little over $185,000. When the court told them to bring those things to the court, to the best of my recollection, I think I'm told that they brought something like $2,800, United States dollars. Now, a few Guinean franc, they are all with them.
Wow. So with all of that, what did the councils do then? But let's come to this issue, because I've spoken with some folks in the Liberian and the Liberian authorities. They said your statement over the weekend was very harsh, very unfair, and your characterization of this man as being a Liberian or so forth is not true. Documents to prove that. And I did get copies of his travel documents, and I'm seeing Guinean nationality here and there. These are issues that they have. So don't you think those could be some of the basis for which they had to send your client back because he had no ties in Liberia?
You know, this is not a jungle. Liberia is not a jungle, and it's not a farm for the Unity Party government or President Boakai. No, it's not. This is the Republic of Liberia, where there are laws, there are rules that every responsible government ought to follow.
Okay.
I don't want to get into any argument with anyone whether Mr. Sherry is Liberian citizen or not, because at the appropriate time, that is something we deal with. We are coming from the standpoint that this is a human being who came to Liberia and was in the territorial confines of the Republic of Liberia, which entitles him to certain basic rights under the laws of the Republic of Liberia. One of those rights is the right of protection at the Liberian soil.
Okay.
Let's assume, so then that got nothing to do with his nationality. That is simply because he's a human being.
Okay.
He's a human being. That's what our laws here say. So let's assume you say he's involved with all of that. Everything you say is true. He's not a Liberian citizen. He involved in ABC according to you. What is the procedure that the laws of Liberia impose on the people who are running this country to follow, to obey? they say the Liberian law say that if there is someone who has committed crime against any of the states that we are friendly with, most of the time there's a procedure to be followed. If the government, the foreign government, wants this person to be taken to their jurisdiction to be tried or whatever. For example, it will be pursuant to an extradition treaty.
Okay.
The good thing is that I am former Minister of Justice and I'm fully aware that there exists an extradition treaty between the Republic of Guinea and the Republic of Liberia. So if the Guinean government desire to have anyone in Liberia who has committed any crime and they want the person to be taken back to Guinea for trial, they will request the government of Liberia by invoking that treaty, that extradition treaty. This person, according to our laws, the laws of the Republic of Liberia, this person will be brought to a court of law, where he will be accorded his rights under the due process principle. He will be accorded the right to hire a lawyer to defend him, and he wants to defend himself. All of those things are part of the rights he will enjoy under Liberian law, which had nothing to do with nationality.
Okay.
We were after this case for at least very close to 6 weeks, and every time we asked them to bring this man so we could deal with this matter, of course we have seen no extradition treaty. We have seen no request. We have seen no request from the Guinean government,
which indicates that there is no accuser, because the request will justify that there is an accuser. So
nobody. Everything they are talking to, including what the information minister is talking on the air, is basically a concoction by a government that has no respect for the rule of law. A reckless government, a government that has no decency. So you take this man. Now, what I can't even understand, how can a government, a responsible government, a government that believes in the rule of law, will get its inspector general, the man who's going to be the chief of police to protect and respect the laws of Liberia, go into a prison between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., a prison where someone has been sent to be kept there on a court order.
Okay.
This inspector general and the solicitor general, the one who will be the principal deputy in terms of prosecution to the Minister of Justice, will go there and remove this man. Hey, my people, what kind of government is it? And taking away, his lawyers were not accorded any opportunity to see the man. Why? And you taking away, you say you turn him over to a government. And you are making all these stories. We have not seen a single statement from the Guinean government. Because you want economic, like one of the men said yesterday, you want economic activity with Guinea, a military junta, who will try to build relationship with the Guinean government, because no people like you that were there before there were war. Oh yeah, this is the way to do it. This is just complete criminal conduct. And what they have done is kidnapping under Liberian law. So I don't know how someone can be police director or police inspector general, and you have solicitor general who engage in broad day kidnapping. And then you talk about the man, that Guinean citizen. So if he's Guinean citizen, then he doesn't have rights under the laws of Liberia, while he's in the confines of our Liberian territory. I mean, I don't get it, man. This is just mind-boggling.
So, yeah,
it shows the extent to which a government like this can go. So who is saving this country? On that court's order, and the court said, bring them in, you refuse.
So you being a former, so you being a former justice minister yourself, as you indicated, which is true. At what point does national security issue comes in? Is there anything they call national security, for which basis you have to ignore court activities and then just to corresponding countries and then deal with them on the basis of that? Is there anything like that you know? Yes.
No, this is the first time we are seeing this worker-led justice system, where they will sit down in their offices and determine that this is the situation in total disregard of any law, and just take the person out and hand them over to a military junta. And by the way, under the extradition treaty, there are certain determinations that will have to be made during the period where the person is called a due process. One, they crime you're talking about. He said one of those is identified to be the crime for which the person can be sent to the country that is asking for him. He said part of the treaty. When he be sent back to that country, will he be accorded fair trial? Those are the kind of questions that our Minister of Justice, when the Americans requested a treaty that we have with the United States government to say, look, 2 Liberians have committed federal crime and they have fled to Liberia, want them brought back to America to be tried. We received the requisition through the Foreign Ministry, and we proceeded to have them arrested and taken to court, where they were accorded due process. And it was determined that they had committed federal crimes, and the indictment, the writ of arrest issued by a court of law was sent along with that requisition. So we went through the proceedings here. The person appealed. We took the matter to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court came down with an opinion, giving us the order to say you can enforce this treaty between Liberia and the United States, and the crime with which the persons have been charged are now political crimes. So you can say that, you can be assured that you will be given fair trial in the United States court. And we send them. As far as I understand, I was informed later on, the persons were tried, convicted, and they served their sentence. And in fact, after that, I think they deported one of them to Liberia. Wow. That's the process decent and civilized government will do. What is even more terrifying, this is a government that came to power under the pretext that they will follow law. They will give people due process when they have things like this. That people will follow, the government will follow the law. They have no respect for law, absolutely don't. And my brother, the people who are taking time to sit down and analyze, study the causes of our war, our civil conflict, the violent conflict, they say one of the primary causes was our disregard for the laws of the country. What can be worse than what the Unity Party government has done? You go into the prison, you remove somebody. So do you have respect for the court? And this is after you defy court's order 3 times to release a man. Then you sit here talking about the man, not Liberian citizen. So a Guinean citizen, so what? So what? But we will follow this thing to the logical end. We'll follow. Saying they don't have respect for our courts here, we will find other avenues to deal with this matter. But this fellow must be brought back to Liberia and accorded his rights under the law. And if you can establish what you say he did, then we'll take it from there. But this one, no, he's not going to say this one. You have to bring this man back. He got no authority. And if this man, like we're hearing now that he has been exterminated, then blood's on your hand as a government.
Wow. So I know there are always options, and you are one of the victims of the issue about lack of due process, and this is exactly why, since you're tuned in it, you always want to follow in the wake of due process, the rule of law, fair and trials and so forth. Those are issues that you push for. But what if it is established, as you are saying, and the simple word is that this man was already sent and he had been killed? Have you been able to establish from the same family sources, whether here or there in Guinea, as to whether he's still alive to investigate further as his lawyer?
Anthony, all the information we have right now point to this man being killed. All the information we have right now. And that was the purpose for which the government decided to defer all the procedure here, to disregard everything, because they want to have this close relationship with this military junta. A junta notorious for just killing people.
You keep talking about close relationship with military junta. Is there anything?
They had a big iron ore contract that they try to find ways so the Guineans can bring their iron ore through Buchanan, those kind of things, use rail. And Guinea had the bigger part of the ore on their side. So you will sacrifice your laws because you want these things. I mean, my brother, this is, it's just unimaginable. Especially by people who say they are experienced people, they know how government is wrong, and I just can't believe it. I just can't believe
it. With the exception of this, we relates to your client. You've been following, there have been a lot of crowds about the rule of law, the issue about tenure, positions, and so forth here and there, even the current impasse of the national legislature, law and order, and the noise keeps going on. At what point did you really get to hear this? We started hearing a sense. I don't know what have been your own readings about the government's proceeding in accordance with the rule of law.
No. The government has no respect for the rule of law. None whatsoever. None. It follows the law only when it's convenient and it suits its purpose. Like I said, look at the tenure thing. The current president was the president of the Liberian Senate. And I know some people got issue with that, but the Constitution says the president of the Liberian Senate is the vice president.
Okay.
He was the one as president of the Liberian Senate when most, if not all, of these tenure laws were passed.
Okay.
Now, the first thing he came to office is he started to dismiss people who had tenure positions. Those who challenged him and went to court and won their case after the Supreme Court determined that the conduct of the government, the Barca government, was a violation of the Constitution, a violation of the tenure position or the tenure law. He sent down hypocritically a statement thanking the Supreme Court for its decision. The very next day, he ordered those people removed from their offices. I would not be surprised if they were done even physically. And then the same people he had nominated or appointed into those positions that the court said was not done consistent with law, he put them back there. So why even when they say I'm suspending the other people who were there and sending them for investigation? So one wonder, in fact, what kind of investigation is that? Total disregard for the law.
Wow.
So that's just one example. One example. And he tried to take authority that is not granted to him by law, even in appointment in the government. So to say that when it comes to the question about the rule of law, the government complies with law only conveniently and when it suits its time and purpose.
Okay. Wow. And you've been in government for a very long time. This is very scary. If it can happen to a Guinean, we know of sure anything may likely happen, especially having a ties and in the form and faction. Before I take leave of you, your research person, you got to get going. But what is this? Is this for every time we have had changes of government and so forth here and there, and these people do carry out these changes with the hope of improved lifestyles and with the hope of improved governance system. And we've just gone 10 months. Don't you think it's too early to start evaluating this government in a harsh manner you are doing? It still calls for some time.
Well, more time for them to involve in more criminal conduct. That's it. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're asking about there. Give them more time and then my brother, there are at least 6 tribes in Liberia that we also find in Guinea. We find the Kisi, the Loma, the Pele, the Mandingo, which other one again? The Mano. All of them are in Guinea, as they are here in Liberia.
Okay.
When you start picking up these people, you say, oh, they better Guinean, like you're doing now. Who is safe here? Especially under the kind of recklessness. Who is safe? So when we raise some of these things, we do it also to ensure that we ourselves are protected by the laws of the Republic.
Okay.
So who you will not grab? And between you and me, we are now investigating few people and myself as to how many people they have sent to Guinea under these kind of dubious explanation and excuses. This is not the first time. It's just that this time it has been highlighted because we got a few lawyers involved in the matter. This is not the first time. And this is the thing that we were criticizing yesterday. Now know that our position is even worse than that.
Wow. All right, Your Honor. In these kind of times, is there anything the judiciary can do? Because those are 3 branches of government. And I just want you to delve a bit into constitutionality of all of these. At what point does the justice system come in to calm these noises that we hear all over, especially when the executive is becoming more powerful and having no respect for the rule of law? The judiciary does not have the security on their side. It is the executive that controls the security. At what point do we still have hope? Because the court is the last place of hope for mankind on earth. And if that system is being ignored, at what point do we come? Do we still have hope?
Well, we still will press as lawyers. We will press the court to do its job, to ensure that we keep discussing these things and bringing them into public domain, so that we all know the danger we face today. On Thursday, we will be going to court because the court now has said, come to court on Thursday. Let us go through this thing. All of the bill of information you have found, this and that, let's go through them. And we'll get the Justice Ministry here so they can provide us the information. Where is this man that we sent to court? Bring him to the court and let's see. So Thursday is the end of the game. We will go to the court. We all will be there. And then, in keeping with the order of the judge, we will see whether because we know they don't have the man anymore yet. So, but the court has ordered that we all attend on Thursday to go through those proceedings, and we'll be there. And I can only hope that people like you who are interested in the development of this country, the progress, power movement, will be part of this rendezvous, so that we see now clearly what is happening.
I will certainly be there, and I'm following it to the end. Thank you so much. I'd always follow all of your processes, and I always like to see the end because it calls for teaching movement as well, so that we know, and then we can keep those for history. Thank you so much for the time tonight, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So he's a former Associate Justice and Kabina Jan. They're speaking with us tonight in relation to. And you see, that's my old man there, right? Yeah. And we've come a very long way. And today, Jefferson Koji had a press conference. He congratulated, thanked him for standing up for the rule of law. Because the CDC had always respected the rule of law. Anybody who stands in the face of that, and I honor their government, that was when he was slashed down. But again, when he went to the ECOWAS court, he got his ruling and so forth here and there. And these are some of the things. But again, that is our country. It is scary. There are things that he said here that if things can happen to people then like they are crying. One more about the ordinary people. One more about the common people. There is a man who has this. The cream of people whom they are operating with. If things like this can happen, what is it? But we are watching to see on Thursday as to what it is. Whether this man is still here and being kept somewhere else, or he's been turned over to the Guinean authorities, and by virtue of some of the information, according to him, that they are hearing already, this man has already been killed. And we are not getting any reports from Guinea. No report. I don't know whether any newspaper, I don't know whoever in Guinea or whatever it is. Can you share with me any newspaper relating to this issue? You can share it. And I just need it. Share it with any friend you know me. Yeah. So share with any friend. And let me see whether we know any story from that. Because if people want to kill you, they will not cause noise about it. It is the government of Liberia, due to the noise that is being caused here, that why we are hearing about this. So on that side, we have no idea as to what's unfolding there. Because no one is telling us, because they say, that one will just keep it quiet in Kenya, we just rather go okay. We don't want to know. When people really want to kill you, they will not cause noise. Because they don't want to be seen as if they are really desperate for you and so forth. But key thing he said, his characterization of this government is something to think about. The lawlessness in this government is at all arms and levels. The executive lawlessness is going on there. And currently we are crying in the name of the legislators, who are also supposed to keep the executive in check. They are lawless. Now, so this transitions us to the legislature, where the lawlessness, because these are people who are supposed to provide oversight. When there's lawlessness in the country, they're supposed to call the police RG and asking SYZ question as to why these things are happening. Our people now say, we want this. That's what their rule is. But if they will sit and themselves are involved into lawlessness, it speaks volume about where our country is. Do we still bear patience? Is there any room to bear patience? Now, I will play you this tonight. We will share with me by my son Melvin from our correspondent from Grand Bassa County. Let me play this for you. You listen to this man. This is a wake-up call to all of us. Listen to this man. And he is, and know the difference. But of course, it's important. Let's have a listen to this. Let me try to share with you. Listen to this. It will transition us because that's somewhere I carry on now, and I'm carrying on there to keep playing your stuff. Star 79 and star 24 hash, so that you play tonight and win your money. I will do the draws very, very shortly. So let's get there. Let's have a listen right here to this one, right here on this very dial.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. Calls for us to think and think deep. The stage we are in as a country is not a stage where you become an onlooker. You have become an onlooker for too long. You must get ready to put your hands to the plow and be part of the process. It's not just about PVC, carry PVC. You must be in the kitchen where it is being determined. You must be there where the decisions are being made. We are there in our numbers, they cannot outnumber us. But you leave it aloof. Oh, no, it's too dirty. It's a dirty game. And then the dirty guy is getting to the game of play, and you are there not showing up. And when they begin to make the decisions, you will know whether it's a dirty game or not. The result is always dirty on us, dirty on your health, dirty on your business, dirty on your success and your career. I hope that is stirring up something in you.
Right. Key word. We always want to be on locus. We're just looking and see these people stealing our country, destroying our country. Today, all the suffering, all of us going through, and because we just want to sit down. And how will you allow yourself to sit? Let's say, for instance, I'm sitting here today. The CEO in the ex-president sits back and see things back. If he walks up and says, look, that is not what I intend my institution to be. He walks up. He can be on local to see his institution that's down. He has to act. We are sitting and watching these people carry out high level of lawlessness. And today, I felt sorry for T5. I said something about it the last time you didn't get it. I said, those of you who think you're supporting T5 because you want him to be speaker, you don't love him. You are destroying that young man. So when I saw police, state security, providing protection for CDC, T5, I asked myself the question, at what stage has CDC, has T5 reached to start getting protection from state security? T5's protection have always rested with the people. That's why you see George Weah through his entire 6 years as president. George Weah did not care where he went. His protection was not with the state security. No, his protection was with the people. George Weah could go into the communities and dance with anybody he wants to dance with. George Weah went into the butchers. You could see him passing anywhere. He knew that his security did not rest with the state people. His security rested. And in the end, you see what it did for him? Tiva, you came from a base where your security rested with the people. They used to provide you that protection. Today, look at in Lofa County. When people were chasing you, who they were fighting for you? It was the people. It was the people. 85. You see, look, my brother, and you will see it. I bet were you to even be speakers, look, Tifa, you are more vulnerable than anything else. Anything can happen to you. You know why? If security gives way to conspiracy, that's the most dangerous thing any man will want to go through. You're not helping him. Greediness is carrying T5. Greediness can blind people's eyes to the extent that my own little daughter, why would I give baby? I bought this chicken. I bought my fish. I gave it to baby for baby to eat. Because baby is so greedy. I decided to ask baby, say, give me back some of that fish I gave you, baby, and start crying. Why you think? Because it blinds her eyes to think that this is the same provider of the fish that you're eating. Give it back to me. Baby said no. It blinds baby at that moment that I am the provider of that food. That's what greediness does. It takes away, it blinds your eyes. To the extent that Tifa's eyes are blind. He does not understand whether there's a George Weah that was ever in his life who did not just, there are things that George Weah didn't know about people that he has done things for. That if you were to sit down with you and tell you some of it that he has done for them, you will sit down, you say, but these are not things that people will come up to see. Some of the things that I mean, you think George Weah, yes, somebody who just passing around, what they call here and there. Every other person, they have their story to tell. And he touched, and you know one thing, I have learned this about George Weah today. People whom George Weah ever came to their lives at the most critical times are the people who will do the most dangerous things to George Weah. I feel knowing about his life. You see, people who are blessed, people, look, gosh, you know, it's not strange if Jesus Christ of all can have people like that in his midst, at his level. People like that, close, they're not far. Close, they ate with him, went to him with places, they went with him to places. Yeah, if those kind of people can do that, then you should know. Now, you sit down, you ask yourself the question. You say, is this politics? I don't see it. Because for all along, I checked through the American democracy, I don't see those kind of politics. I don't see it. The only thing I see the American democracy is driven by is propaganda. That is the political nature of politics. Propaganda. It's not deceptions. Because there's come something they call integrity. People will hold you by that. They don't, no, because you don't want to go into politics which is temporary and you lose all the values anyone ever have for you. Let's say, for instance, Abraham Williams decided to use deception, ungratefulness to go into politics. Right? After 6 years, I'm no longer. But that deception, that thing that people know about me, it goes on with my entire life. That's why you don't enter politics with those kind of things. There can be propaganda. People say you can't do this, you can do that. That one a different thing by itself. But to do these things, you will see that Liberia is at a stage in a crossroad. Today, what you saw at the legislature is just the beginning of what is yet to come. The ECOWAS people will come and leave and go by their business. Anybody who want to go into any clandestine thing and they want to do bad thing to any lawmaker that they feel is a lawbreaker, and you want to count on my support for that, I will not tell you outright go do it, but the consequential effect of that which will happen to any one of them, I will have no sympathy for them. Because I hear what I'm saying here, a citizen can stand up. Do you know what brings or breeds extremism? That where we are now. When you hear people say the man is an extremist, because the person has been pushed until they come up now and say, you know what, I will take matters into my own hands. An individual. Why you think they got decided to point his head down there? Because he felt that he was to the extreme. So he needed to do nothing else but to bury himself. The same way that man can take gas to bury himself. One man able to wake up and take gas and say, me and the other lawmaker will die today. You see, that's why you're born thinking. The anger in the land is bad. The prevailing situations. You saw. Now, I'm sorry for my brother, Jeremy Pia. I was listening to ELBC today, and I was listening, and it's giving the news. They try to fix things. That the reason the president, the president does not want to be seen like. But how do you do that, Jeremy Pia? You are very embarrassed. Now, you see, I understand your position, and that's what I always told people. I told you one time. I said, for me to do information minister job, I got to know who I'm really doing it for and with. Because I'm not coming to embarrass myself. I'm not going to embarrass myself. The day I come out as information minister to talk, I know what you're talking to. Because you can be president, you maybe... Look, let me tell you something. You can't get a wicked man like Joseph Boakai and keep working with him. Then people say that, you can see that Joseph Boakai is finished. This country is just being run by itself. Nothing else you will ever see sound in this country. And all the signs that point to danger, the country, the nation is now set to explode. If you not hear it, you don't forget about it. You will see they will burn lawmakers' houses in this country. You will see they will burn lawmakers' cars in this country. And I say will be concerted still. I mean, if an individual can take fire and put it on himself and then decide to burn himself, what about an individual thinking, say, no, I will burn a lawmaker car? What about an individual waking up and saying, you know what, I will burn a lawmaker horse? What may you think an individual cannot think and say, you know what, that is what will happen? Because where we are now is terrible. Especially when there is no hope. People reach at that level of extremism when there is no hope. You're hearing a former priest, one of the priests of the court, and he can be crying. There's a man who cry now. I say ordinary, I think ordinary people say no law in again. This is one of the former priests of the court. These are the people, you know what they call priests? You know your priest, right? So if one of the priests of the land, because once a priest, still a priest, if one of the priests of the land can be crying on lawlessness now in this country, meaning the country is nowhere again. It's finished. This is one of the priests in the land. These are people that when they have issues here and there, they will call them. These are people whose opinions we reference today in our jurisprudence. Do you know how many opinions have been rendered down by Justice Kabina Jan at the time he was there serving as one of the justices? Today, lawyers can go and see cases, and they take these kind of people, they are referencing their opinions, don't they? And what the lawyers are using to determine other people's lives, their properties and everything, live right in the opinion. There's one of the men are crying today and say no law in the land. Could you imagine that? Where is the country? There, that the lawmaker they will survive. And they say political, yes, political action calls for the thing that will happen in the country. Thank God they say that political decision, right? Citizens have their own way of doing political things. Yeah. Citizens have their own way of doing political things. And you say political? Yeah, political. I know somebody who now called me before and said that you're politics. So because of politics, I'm not carrying any quote. Now what I mean, that you're politics, right? So when it's for politics, anything negative can happen. Bad thing can happen. Anybody can grab anybody's car, chunk it, brand it, do anything you want to do. That politics. In politics, people can brand people cars. Any politics business, Joseph Boga said they kill people in local country, they ain't doing nothing about it because of politics. They just die because of politics. It's possible. So since that politics, don't people die, nothing came from out of it. The same politics will make some lawmakers, they will lose their houses in this country and their politics. Look, this is what they are saying. Look, this is where it is now. This is where our country. I am not the one that saying it. You just listen to him. Look, we saw these things coming. God sent us as messengers. We spoke to the issues. Today, the great gods that you see down there, you will hear it and you will see it. Look, there will be no peace for the wicked. If I tell you a lot of people who are planning dangerous things to do to people, sometimes you hear some of the stories, you just feel so sick. You say, but then the other person, I think he can lose everything. I think he and family and all of them coming down. Because you just all you hearing from people now, wickedness. Everybody won't be doing some kind of wicked thing to somebody. Wickedness have taken over the whole country to the extent that this man, who is one, he said it yesterday that he want to rally people for them to protest. You have ever seen people who are reached at that level for them to reach to the level of protestation? Have you ever seen that? But he said something, he said they're not stopping there. Any law because they think they not survive. Thank God, oh no, no law in the leg again. The police can't help you. T5, you left a comfortable zone of protectorate. Honor ordinary citizens' protection. That protection that we are enjoying for 6 years. You get today, you scare. T5, you living today in Monrovia, you scare. You get more security beef up. You know, I was listening to Sam Andrews, and he spoke a very salient point. He said, the speakers, sir, they don't have much security. That the renegade lawmakers, sir, get more security. And I understand your point. Thanks so much, Sam Andrews. But do you know why it's not necessary for the speakers, sir, to get bigger? Because nobody want to harm them. The people who are at risk, they need more security. The speaker, look, go ask any of our lawmakers who is speaker, go for them. They can later in their community, they pass around. Nobody cares about them. In fact, people calling them integrity lawmakers. And when people start calling you, you have integrity, they provide protection for you. Because it's difficult to find good people. So when you see one, you provide protection for that one good thing. The people that people want to exterminate or kill, or the people that people want to see out of society are the bad people. So the bad people provide protection for themselves because they believe plenty of people want to see them out. That's why you see T5, then they will get more security. T5 level play where you go in community here, I challenge T5. I challenge, I bet all the people that are passing around talking about the trash, then they're talking. Yeah, T5 pass around in any community now as we speak. You know, say he calls a rally. I challenge him. He's scared. He's scared. Some of them in their community, they have told their families, you be careful. You don't go what they call the anger in the land too much. Because they know what they're doing. They are still keeping their families' lives at risk. Because they don't have the protection. I just came here. Look, immediately I came here. And this station, they have a group of petty traders down here. They just came straight. They say, you get maximum in this place. And they are in their numbers. Majority of them, they are here. I see them every day. They say, you get maximum here. We are providing you protection. That is the protection that T5 had left today. Today, you're going to police protection. God. T5, you just hurt yourself for nothing, you chief. You just hurt yourself for nothing. Even if you say you succeed and become a speaker, which will be very terrible for you, I fear for your life and everything relating to that. I can tell you squarely. For you to be depending on police security now, and you left, man, I saw the kind of citizens protection that you got in Lofa County. What are your own government? There were security people ganking up against you. It had to be the citizens who were protecting you. T5, you left that, and you decided to put yourself to where you are. A hint to the wise is quite sufficient. Keep playing your stuff. Let's get to the lines. Interact with you right here. We'll call some of you out for it here tomorrow. You can get it out. We think we are certainly getting there. The crisis is now set at crisis proportion now. I'm sitting here. I'm not like saying anything. I'm telling you what may likely happen. We said this thing about 2023 election. So those of you who supporting T5 today, who believe in all at the time, and say, AB, you to be saying anything that happen, you must also learn to believe in me now. Not because you involve your T5. No. Not because believe in me that I don't say things that God does not open my eyes to say. Believe in me that it's going to be risky, it's going to be bad. It started happening already. T5, you know, be passing around, you see people celebrating. Anywhere you go, he's a big boy here and there. And now you didn't want to jump to security protection. Huh? He has left. He has lost everything. If you don't have the people on your side, you are done. He's finished. Anyway. Let's get to the lines. Interact with your callers 0776 and Let me see, 0777. Yeah, this orange line is 077 and 2239933. Then we have the MTM is 086304497. Then we come on to the female line is 07779800375. The female line exclusively. All right, so let's get to the line. Interact with your callers. This first caller, can I get to this person or get to the MTN line first? Yeah, the MTN line first. Then the WhatsApp line is also active for those of you who are watching us live on the screen. Hello, how are you doing? Good evening. Let's hear from you. This is Ruben Canning. Yeah, Ruben, let's hear from you quickly. I don't know what's happening.
Let me appreciate you tonight. Baby, welcome, and let me appreciate you for everything you are doing for this country. Baby, the Judas and the Peters, God will show them out. It surprised me today in town from the CDC headquarters. A stomach fire today will be calling for protection. Damn it. It broke me down. And that's why I'm going to call upon my lawmaker, Julie Fatoma. We are from my district in Lofa, in Wahasa. My own brother, my own uncle, Honorable Otto, returned on base. You were one of those that contested 2 times. The third one was for the wing of CDC. Do not mind the Judas. Because at the end of the day, what you are doing, CDC mandate will never change it. We will go against you people in future. For the fact that the man who is you are depending on who is Honorable Fala will be calling for security today, protection. Then who are you? Because it's through this CDC and you Honorable Julie Fatoma that you all benefited. Though you were there, but when the Uniparty put you found one in the CDC. Return. Or else in the future, it will be a danger for you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ruben. And let's share the next caller right here on this dial. The WhatsApp lines are also open, and I'll be able to call some of you up called, and I'll keep playing your stuff. And like I told you, my own advice to you is when you win this small money, keep it, and then you get bigger money tomorrow. That's what I want you to get, and it's very important. So let's get on to this line and talk to this caller right here. Sorry. Hello, how are you doing?
Eddie?
Hello, sir. Let's hear from you, please.
What's up, man?
Fine. Your name, please.
This is Eddie P from Chico Factory, member of the Respondent Defense.
Yeah, Eddie, let's hear from you, please.
And let me say welcome back.
Thank you.
You know, Eddie, therefore, some of us now that suffering today for the CDC, how do you expect for us to respect them for now? You think we'll get respect for them again? No respect we'll get for them. And Eddie, look, I just signed for Kabina Jan that you have brought a government. Today, you see how he haunting some of you? You say you were passing all over Kabina Jan. Today, you all say they rescue are going to be one of the best government. Look at what they're doing to you today. Oh, because of you, nothing will happen. To be honest with you, they will just go scot-free. Nothing will happen. I just sorry if they kill your brother. I'm a sympathy to be honest with you because nothing will come from hey, if you get president, they respecting the Supreme Court, what do you expect?
Certainly.
And you say I met it.
All right, thank you, Eddie P. I appreciate and Roland here from Kakata City. Quickly, no time, privilege. Go on. No time, privilege. Go ahead. No time. You know me.
Thank you. You know, maybe I want to say thank you for the show, but we just really need to pray for this country. The way things are going on in this country is really going on. If we listen to the former Associate Justice, I hear the frustration in the voice of the Associate Justice because people thought that President Boakai could be laid by the law, but today is worse. To see people, government who is claiming that they have 42-year experience, taking people for year one night between 3 to 4 a.m. and they will have a proper document. It's a concern. Today, look at the national legislator. Look at the national legislator. The people who will be led to be doing the people work because they are there, in a habit of taking money to remove a speaker today, the electoral process are not been done. But all the things is been done under the 42 years experience, President Wood has been that they have all the experience. we just need to pray, but we don't really know where like that's going.
All right.
Come on,
Thank you, Tia. I appreciate that. Ronald, let's hear from you quickly, Jar. No time. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No problem, sir.
Okay.
Thank you again for giving the opportunity. It's like Liberia right now. I feel that it's because of a deal. You know, like when we have started the government, he made a couple of mistakes, right? But people were talking about it. People were talking about it until he started correcting and putting the people in the right right places, and demanding from them to make things better for the people, right? But this one is almost like they can't do nothing about it because they signed a deal. It's like you signed a contract or bad contract. You can't do nothing about it, and because you yourself was bad, you can't do nothing about it. So I'm sorry for my country, man. I'm sorry because it's almost like the devil has taken over the country. People are dying now. People are dying easily, and nobody can get on the street and protest. People are out of job. Their children are out of school. Nobody can go on the street and protest.
You're right.
They are just quiet. You understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
It's like they just say, okay, we have to live with this.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. Let me get to AB Corner. And right here on this die, we're certainly getting there, and we will. Nothing stops us from getting there. We are certainly want to get there, and we will. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Yeah, I don't know. Let me put it through. Okay, yeah.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, we getting you. We are.
This is Abraham calling for the United States, to be Pacific, Kansas. Thank you. I listened to former Justice Kabina Jan, and I was in Zion when he used to teach. I don't know if he's still teaching criminal justice in Zion. He's a very strict person, because I used to go to pick in some of his classes. All the top security guys I used to be, when he enter class, you don't enter. Wait for the next, he's a very strong man. To see you crying. And I think one of the reasons why he really supported Baka is because of the rule of law issue. Baka said we are not breaking the law and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, because if you take a human being, even when somebody leave from another country and escape because of their life at risk and come to your country, and before you send that person back, it should be the right way. But I think the way they did it, the government, and he just sent it the way he is. He just sent it. He if you're anything, he said the truth. But again, let me just end with a little AB. It's sad for our country, AB. It's sad. To see responsible people acting like irresponsible people, it just completely sad. You not get it 49, they may not get it 37. You go back into the chimney and go sit under the main gavel and lobby for the remaining 6 person. But they will not do it, AB. They all technique, they will just stay away. The man will get tired, you will resign. And Kofa will not resign. As long as Kofa get a 29 or 30 person with him, he will not resign. But a effective who is showing who does not have leadership is Baka.
Yeah.
It never happened on we are just post up to it. That's a problem. If you look at Equa dedication coming in 10 months, 2 dedications are come. The first, they came with the party headquarters issue. Now they coming again with the legislature. Look at the official, if Waka hand up behind the removal of Kofa, why your official will go to the quote unquote majority black to go do what there? If you see it, no respect for the rule of law, nothing. Waka it was just scam campaign. Oh, we are then breaking the law, we'll come there, we'll follow the law. It's a scam. Thank you, AB.
Thanks, Connor. Let's listen to the next caller right here on this die. This is a Reverend Abenigo. Let's hear from you quickly on this issue, and we're certainly getting there. With God, all things are possible. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Oh, sorry. All right, so let me get on to the female line as well, entertain some of the females' voices. And hello, how you doing? Hello?
Hello, to your life.
How you doing, man?
Mamba, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. The way our boss see the way you see your way. If I could see your way, they are in heaven. You are there, God. Thank you for you to come back. But Papa, oh my pa, now you're not for the pa. You for your can tell the truth, the pa.
Right, okay.
Hey, Papa, thank God for you. But the thing what is discussing today, so money editor, they do every year. Well, yeah, but Mama G, that means.
Oh, okay, Mama G, okay.
Oh, the thing what is discussing today. And the blood was next year, the tobacco was dead body to go in there. Now the dead body working now, is this just spirit? And the blessing is not being like a thief out to us?
No.
Now what happened today in Nigeria, the thing what I met for Nigeria, everything I come to pass. So much, just watch and see because I want nothing will pass there, no budget. Will be our own. People dying, back a copy again. People dying, back a copy again. Now what back a come for? But the people, all the people who pack calamity for the other people. For all who they go, we have people calamity or not people. But they are the United Party people, calamity for them.
Okay.
So thank you, Papa, for it.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Let me get back to the WhatsApp line, get back to the female line, and then we run like that. Hello, how you doing? Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Mom. Go on. Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. We thank God.
This is Let the Children Play.
Let the children play.
All right. Thank you, my son. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But right now the children are playing, the children fighting. That's what we see. Children fighting They play with rats with one another, bossing one another here. The police fighting. They're fighting for chicken feed, for season pork. It's just a fighting, no playing again, because of the kind of old man that we have put over our nation.
You're right.
The old man is dealing with a lot of stuff. If that man is running that country with the fear of God, it will not go like that. But he's dancing with the devil, he's dealing with the devil. That's why the country going like that. That the devils act the things that he in. That he put the country, he put Liberian people where he put them, they can't move, they can't do nothing, they can't say nothing. That's what going on there. He dancing with the devil and he ruling Liberia with the devil. That's why you see nobody can say nothing. But we are asked, we're trusting in God, because there is no way the devil will win God. And George, it's a God-fearing child.
All right.
You will not win.
All right.
You will not
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that. Let's go on. 359. Let me come do some of my draws quickly. And what are you doing? Well, bro. Let's hear from you, boss man.
Thank you so much, Teacher Lai AB. This is William Bracken. Thank you so much. You see, I can remember back in the days when the campaign was going on, and we make this point clear that the UP people are the most deceptive and dangerous people in our country. But many people never understood. That day, I can remember what saying, Kabina Jan appeared on one of the stations when they were preaching concerning UP. And I make this statement that even when those people win and the space is there, they will not appoint Kabina Jan to go back on the Supreme Court because he won a case. Today, they still keeping far and distant. The reason is simple, because they know that certain people who stand for certain things, they don't want those people to come closer.
No, they don't. They don't
want it.
Anytime you hear Constant or Waterspoon Social attacking people, something behind it. There are people who are blocking his way and don't want to either conquer with him, or they can steal more than him. You know, people who don't have integrity, they just don't want people with integrity around them. Yeah, you're right.
Around them. We're seeing it now. See that dangerous thing, that those guys then did to go to the prison compound around 3 o'clock in the night to somebody who go send there is one of the most terrible things.
You're right.
That you can see. Those things have never happened in our country until during the time of the coup.
You're right.
In the estate.
Right.
And I want to repeat it now. The folks are dangerous. In fact, when we don't start to prevent, when we don't carry, when the citizens not try to be radical, lawless people, it can give birth to radicalism and extremism. The citizens need to come down hard on Bwaka government so that they cannot carry the thing to 2029. The folks are extremely dangerous, like a snake.
Okay.
That people, then the people who are looking in our country, they are extremely dangerous. It gave an instance. It gave a lot of instances. People who in the government are frequently violate the law. They care less for you.
Go ahead, bro.
They care less for you. They care less for you. And the government are frequently violate. They care less for the rule of law. They care less for you. In fact, they're able to rig election and even kill you.
Yeah, they want to rig election. They didn't want to answer. They ain't even know yet. You don't give people a chance. They're both testing the police people then. They are testing the police people then. And say, once you can calm down the noise then, election time, but forget it. That's why you see all of their operation, I know, 7, that the training they were on there.
And AB, we will swear upon anything when they try for us, we will be some of the people that will take the lead and the way they did in the 92. Nobody will rig election. Nobody will carry our country back like it happened before. No human being. We defy that soul for it to happen in our country. We will put fat pankana in their asses. Let them try it for them to see something. We defy them, baby. We defy them because we have people suffer, people die for the peace we enjoy today. Nobody will try, we carry us back. We defy them. That time will come.
All right.
That time will come.
All right.
Thank you, Eddie.
What? I go put a paper 2 last letter, 3 last letter, then beyond there, and you can bring it in from here. Hello, how you doing?
Oh yeah.
Winston, how you doing? Winston Bloody.
I'm fine. How are you?
Man, the country taste. We taste. How your legislature, my man? How's everything there? You guys are interesting.
Welcome back to the country.
Thank you.
All right. So it is glaring now that the executive is behind the removal of Speaker Kopa.
Okay.
The reason is very simple. We saw lawmakers today by officers of the Liberian National Police, and we saw a police officer also heavily protecting the vehicles and the anti-Kofa lawmakers.
They protected. Hey, in the community, they were bueno, no door them vehicles. Yeah, man. Go ahead, Bloody.
So we saw all of these things happening today. At first, I never really believed that the executive was behind this whole thing because I had no evidence. But based on my years of experience at the legislature, when you see the executive where lawmakers were putting with baton, prevented from
beating lawmakers, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
But when the country is finished, yeah, watch it. Thing was so happy in the coming days.
It's a clear indication that it is, and I've also been told that in the coming days, a top executive official from the government has told me about Friday, the executive will be submitting the budget to the anti-Kopa bloc.
Okay.
But with all of these things, to summarize everything, I can put some like different time. Constitutionally, we can say to you that Kofa is still speaker.
Yeah.
The decision for one to resign, it is live in the purview of the individual. For you to remove a case FM and do the show tomorrow, it means that you are accepted to be there.
Yeah.
For KFM management or CEO to have another presenter to do the show, it means that he has resigned.
You're right.
That decision lies in the speaker to resign. Like I said to you before, we have now written a story where we said the speaker has been removed.
No.
The speaker has been resigned, and this is a test, for Speaker Kopa as a lawyer who took an oath to protect, uphold, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. It is the very first time You see, it has been tested. In the past, I listened to some lawmakers who were talking about the clerical staff for them to lose the job, civil servant getting the required. Yes, they are right to say, but they should understand that this is the very first time when you see a speaker now testing and saying, I will be removed, but can't get that constitutional number.
Yeah, the man say, I don't resign this time. I like that. Thank you.
The ECOWAS dedication bell with the speaker today in the House of Representatives Regional Chiefs that was beyond closed door. What they discussed, I cannot tell you, or why that meeting was ongoing. Marvin Cohen and other people, because they accolade on that flag was assaulted by the police. They too decided to finish the anti-block around it. But we can say this is not good for our country.
Yeah, you're right.
And the executive has escalated everything by the presence of these agents of the executive today. Now, why is
the whole thing? We're finna get what you want to get already.
So when this KB, the executive wrote the chief clerk and told the chief clerk, there are questions to the lower house. I cannot submit the budget. Don't you think it was prudent law to write the various anti-profile group to say to them, my agent cannot appear because you don't know who's doing the writing like that? The issue of the budget.
Right.
Unfortunately, so all of them appearing today, it just justifies the executive.
Thank you, my brother. Great insight on those issues. We certainly appreciate it. And great insight. Yeah, you are very great. And you know the issues. I want to say thanks to all of you. Time has caught up with me and I get going, but I have some of my fantastic people. But let me see here. Dadia numbers, those who won, and so forth here and there. And we are certainly getting there. Where the country is at the moment is not a good place. And that anybody can celebrate about now. It's at a crisis proportion, and we are certainly getting there. All right? God is God. And if police can start beating lawmakers now, amen. Oh no, we are alone. You get called back to all kinds. Say, police can do nothing to me. Nobody tells you get called back. Today, Waka is flocking lawmakers. Yeah. You see, this is what God can really show. You see, honor that. The very united party people. Yeah, they can test you. They can do this. You get called back stood and challenge. Nobody tells you get called back. Today, Waka police flocking lawmakers. You know, this country is an interesting country, but anyway, we are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. Everything we ever said, the man of God saying anything, because if you're not talking it, the man of God is expected to come to the country and soon, but the host they got to have some conversations, and we are watching to see what happens. Let me call one of my people who must have collected their cash already, and you know the 3,000 people are gonna be too plenty, and so. Before I can leave like that, but I can do the draws and it hits their account and so forth. You see some of the issue calling them, some of them or whatever. But anyway, we're certainly getting there. Thanks to all of you for the time until we are back here, God willing. And we'll leave the next announcers to call these people. I will talk to them and during their time to call these people up. They will call you up. That you won during the something. They will call you up. It already hit your accounts. Thanks so much to all of you for the time until we are back here, God willing. Tomorrow, for another edition. It's good to be back home. Bye-bye.
Ego, Maka, my webaje baba, yeah. All the money I spent my car and boy. Who can help me again? I don't please help me with a fire extinguisher, man. I beg you back. Yeah, Macau, Maka, what I do now? My people, your hello. And you're hearing about the fire thing that happening to our friend where the big man for the Liberia National Fire Service, Honorable G. Wasua Bafo Senior, and his excellency Ambassador Jose Nyuma Braga say the fire thing, that serious thing,